It will start soon.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. So, last time, Andraste started off our session where he was drawn into the book and he did not resist or fight it, as he was then before Drazos speaking to him before another woman shows up that he learns is the former god of magic. Um, after accepting her and having conversation with her, comes back out of the book to gratefully go tell all his friends this really cool thing, but everyone was gone. But he was able to then go to Vio, and with Ingrid there, showed that he created this cute little spell for him based off of light and dark. Um, Over on the other side in Komanumo, Nell and Cloud decided to pull a brilliant prank where Nell, dressed as this haggard woman, chops off Cloud's hand and begins to run off until he's attacked. They quickly
I'm
go to
allergic to
fight.
cats.
I'm allergic to cats! Very quickly learns that these aren't just normal guards fighting to stop what they just did, but more as followers of Orcus to try and kill Nell. Um, After having the fight and Lavis attempting to help, they do stop the I forgot what the fucking name of those things creatures were. Started with a B.
The
Gorillas.
The Belgor, yeah, the gorillas. Eventually, Kara and Rain re-meet up with the three of them, who immediately say what had happened. Um, Moving on, then we go back to Komanumo, the tower,
Cummies.
where Zoot pulls Kara aside and tells her about how she's truly feeling about working for El Hydra. Um, Around this time, Rain goes and helps to sell the amulet with the help of Andraste, who makes the price more higher. And Rain chooses to stay at the Moonlight Dominion because they wanted some task for him to do. Um, at this time, Zoot also goes and talks to Agatha, talking about how she's tricking Kara and the group. Um, and Kara, yeah, I know, this whole back and forth. Uh, Kara talks about the monastery and the map, and they agree that that's the next step to go. Um, then we go to Archie's party, have some cute like role play, conversation, dancing. Um, Next morning, we just had some like God talk, and we go to House of Mystic,
God
where
talk.
Andraste applies and gets accepted into the guild. Um, had an awkward conversation about the goggles of night. And after receiving some sending stones and potions and shit, we bought this bitch out. We were like, let's go wander to the capital. And I forgot the name of it again because I'm dumb, but now I can actually write it down.
Tuskdale?
No, we are
No.
not in Testale.
It's like, shit, I can't remember.
It's. I know that Hunter
It
brought it up
the whole
before,
country,
but
right?
I only remember things by writing things down.
Ashanalore.
Asha.
Asakome. It was funny. They asked me what killer I made, and I was like, the plague. And they were like, oh. I was like, yeah, so all y'all bitches running self-care, I already know. You're my favorite ones.
So, where is it? Where'd you go?
God bless you.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is the map of the city. I'm still getting the shapes right and the proportions, but
Oh.
Oh, it's a beautiful city.
yeah. Oh my god, I love the yellow. It speaks to me. So you leave the House of Mystic. You find yourself in on a white granite paved path. On the opposite side of the path, there is just a field of grass with a couple of trees and a line of flowers that like goes borders the path. Through some of the trees, you can see some other scattered buildings here and there, but a lot of this area, whatever this area is, appears to be a lot of tent life. Um, Cloud, you can roll a history check with advantage to see what you could pull about your time living
Okay.
here.
History.
He's very
Oh
observant.
my god, hold on. Why is it locked down? Hold on.
Cloud with an intelligence roll. This is going to be good.
Sorry, my reroll like logged out on me.
It
Oh,
logged
cool.
you out?
Yeah, I had to log back in. It was
I
weird.
was unaware that I logged in ever.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm fucked. Did I ever
Oh
get logged
no.
out?
It's okay,
Come
you
on,
have
advantage.
advantage.
Come on, advantage.
Yeah. Well, base knowledge, you do know. Obviously, this is the House of Mystic. And you remember clearly that the House of Mystic was placed in the what the elves call the Parvati district.
Parvati.
You
Hmm.
remember your library, the Bastidian library was also here, and I'll type it here so we can get spelling.
Oh, there's a library here.
Um, there's Cloud explains there are many libraries in this area. The most you can say with a 9. This is kind of like an academic district, so anything related to scholarly
Academia.
work or academia is all going to be here. Libraries, schools, and some like medium price housing. It's like middle class people would live in this district.
Oh.
Um, the wizard explained that magic's and miscellaneous might have some things you're looking for.
Hmm.
And that is in the Arcean district, which is. I'll spell that one. Um, the Arcean district is on the opposite side of the Parvati district. So you will have to pass through a couple of districts on the way there, which depend on what districts you'll want to pass through. Um, Cloud, you can say at least you know. So one path, if you go like south, you can go through the cultural district, also known as the where is it? The CLC district.
The what
Um,
district?
CLC.
DLC.
Yeah.
Steal a steal.
To the south to get that is a more immediate opening into the Arcane district, or you could go through the other two districts, which house a lot of kind of the quote unquote slums of the Elven City, and even as the Elven City, the slums are still very nice. And that is the Guidistry district to the west. And obviously, to get to the Arcane district, you would also have to pass through the Aner district, which is the where all the churches are. So total, these are all the districts.
There's so much. Gara's like looking around like, there's too much.
Just on the path as you are stepping out in front of the House of Mystic campus, you can see there's a couple of people dressed in scholarly robes and plain robes just walking along the path. You see 3 guards walking together. Just walk past. Yeah.
So
Well,
wait, Cloud, you studied Merkel in this library that you brought up?
Yeah, this is a very this is where I spent a lot of time when I lived here, and I learned a lot more about Merkel here in this library. Well,
I'm,
yeah.
I mean, like, was there other like information? I mean, I don't know if you paid attention to that because it's Merkel, but like, was there other like information there that had to do with other gods, like Merkel?
Um, I don't know. Do I remember that?
Yeah, I mean,
The question is, was there information about other gods at the
The
library?
library,
At the
yes.
library.
Um, you
I
know there
imagine
was
Kelvamore would have been mentioned. Sorry.
you know there was an entire kind of religious section. That's where you found the book that gave you all of Merkel's information, his past and everything.
Hmm.
So there were some other ones there. You didn't have any interest in them, but there was other ones there.
Okay.
So what are we trying to do research on all the gods now?
Kind of starting to feel a tinge of research like Andraste would. Certain things.
I don't think this library would have anything on All Hydra, if that's what you're wanting.
I mean, you don't know.
Damn,
It's a
you
big
read me.
library.
You read me like
Is
a
there
book.
like a Dewey Decimal System thing going on, or like do I just?
Are y'all,
There's
so, did y'all want to go to the library? Because y'all are currently outside of House of Mystic, standing
Yeah.
outside.
I
I
think
want to go
that's
to
where
every
we're.
possible store that has anything to do with knowledge, magic, or healing.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, I
yes,
guess.
Andraste. We know your boner is getting larger. We see it.
Okay, I
It's my
guess. So
quarterstaff.
we don't get lost. I guess let's stick together and just decide where are we going first. Are we going shopping, or are we gonna go look at some books?
I think we're about to go look at some
Shopping.
books. Oh,
Oh, thank you, Hunter.
we can go
I
shop.
mean
Or we
either
can.
or. We're going to do everything anyways.
All right, so let's just start with the nearest one and make our way down,
Um.
I suppose.
Well, this district is all about, there are libraries in this one. So if you want to stop at any libraries, now would be the place to do it before you go over to the Emergence District.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
Library books. I need help, Andraste,
Let's.
because I don't know any of this.
Oh, let's go to
Yeah.
my favorite one.
Teach me.
we're not here to learn about Merkel. That's what we have you for.
So in the bright sunlight here in the Elven City, it's just kind of all sparkling. You can see as you're walking down the path towards the city and library. Um, as you walk away from the House of Mystic campus, there's a bit of a break of just grass and trees and flowers before you get to the next set of buildings. And here and there, as y'all are walking along the path, um, you do keep seeing these either individual buildings or kind of grouped up buildings kind of throughout this district. It is a lot of plants. It's almost like one giant park with just these libraries and places kind of placed in the middle of it.
Oh,
But as you'll come closer to, it is on the west side towards the Gridisty district. Um, and eventually you see a large kind of black granite building with the
Bitch, me too! I fucking
That's what we
died!
all thought.
with the etched
The etch.
with the etched words of the city and library into the front of it above the doors.
this is where you spend all your time?
I mean,
I mean,
a lot of it. Yeah.
it suits you.
Did they ever mention what was Merkel's favorite food?
Why?
um. It's not something I ever really looked up.
Damn.
I mean, does he
Well,
eat? He's like a dead guy.
He was alive once, Kara.
Yeah, but
He likes bone broth soup.
bone broth soup.
Also, as y'all are all standing, about to enter the city and library, looking up at it, the butterflies that have started to gather around Vio have become extremely numerous in the city.
Oh
Oh.
god. Oh
Oh
no.
my
Oh no. We
god.
need to keep it moving before he
Oh,
comes to fight me.
OVO. And I'm like trying to
And
like.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
bright colors in these. You see a lot of small pink, green, kind of just flitting around Vio.
What does
A
that
small
mean?
cloud.
what does that mean?
We're just
There's
in
a.
an elven city, guys. They're just prettier butterflies.
Well, it just means that there's more butterflies around, and this thing attracts butterflies. I'm like trying to like swipe some of them away. I'm like, there's so many.
Here, sweetheart, maybe I should I'm gonna take the little, is it a brooch or a necklace?
Fireball.
It's a necklace, isn't it? A
I
pendant.
think so, yeah. I think it's a
If
necklace.
if you'll allow me, I would remove the necklace and store it.
Oh,
But the butterflies.
if it's causing problems.
I know, my love, but if we ever need to, hide, I feel like the cloud of butterflies might be a little,
Big giveaway.
little to give away.
Well, all right then. No one can say I'm not tactical. Here you go. He takes it off reluctantly and he's like,
Thank you so much.
Goodbye, Jemima. Goodbye, Thomas.
Oh my god,
Goodbye,
you
little
named them.
Peter.
A handful of
named
like
them
30
all.
butterflies all kind of disperse. First they start kind of like guiding towards Andraste, and then when you put the knives away, they all kind of just disperse like a large cloud.
They're like, ew, and drop it.
You see one multicolored bird just swoop down from one of the trees and grab one of them. And go back up.
Oh my god!
That's
Kill
a
that
sign.
bird.
I am
I
a
was a
person who
kid.
believes in signs.
I saved a
The
butterfly from
circle
the
of life.
pool, and a bird came and ate it in the air. So that I gave up on everything in that moment. That was my
And
villain
Jocelyn,
origin
lightning
story.
bolt that bird.
This is
Oh,
your
there's
13th
a-
reason.
Everybody gasps as the bird takes it and head into
What?
the library.
What color
Andraste
butterfly
cast
was
lightning
it?
bolt at the bird.
Was it a specific color or was it just?
The one that got eaten was a blue one.
Oh, well, a moment of silence for Gretchen.
God, how did you get the music so fast?
Moment's over. Let's go.
Inside of the library, there's right from the jump when you step in, everybody gets hit with that smell of dust and old books and old leather.
Cloud like
Ew.
inhales and like.
Yeah, very sure it's familiar to Cloud. Also, Andraste, it's kind of familiar to you, obviously, with the book and everything. Kind of a similar smell to what you smell in there. All of the bookshelves are completely black. The only color in the library is really the books themselves on the shelves. There's a couple of small little candles lit here and there that light up the place, but it's pretty dimly lit. Kind of in the center of the building in front of y'all, there is a library's desk, but it appears to be empty.
Oh. Is there a person there, or am I just too short to see?
It's empty.
Oh.
There is
Hello?
a little bell as
Okay.
you say
Oh,
hello. A elven woman with extremely pale skin and long dark hair pops up over the counter. What?
Oh.
Hello.
I'm gonna
Does,
ring the
does
bell
somebody just speak
anyway.
Elven?
Oh, sorry, I was getting the translation ready.
Yeah. It's bad. Do you need something? Is that? You see a very long, a long arm, very thin, with long, thin fingernails and kind of sharp nails on the end of it. Kind of reaches out. Cloud, it has been some time.
Oh, hello, old friend. How are you?
Emphasis on old.
Oh,
It's
everything makes
always
sense.
wonderful here in the Elven City. She doesn't look old, you bitch.
Oh.
She's an old friend, like an old friend to
Just an
me.
old friend.
Well, the
She
way
looks like
Hunter's voice was for was like really old and crotchety.
That's the only voice he has.
I
Oh my god!
I don't think. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna move on before that. So how can I help you?
I liked the voice, okay?
Oh, I thought it was
They're all the
fine.
same. I don't know.
I was teasing him. Sorry.
There's nothing wrong with the voice.
Well, I was just, in the neighborhood, and my new friends, they wanted to stop by and see the library.
Well, I always have time for newcomers. And it creeps around the desk.
Are these... Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No.
Are these books available for purchase or just to, like, sit here and read?
These are to sit and read. This is a collection, dear.
Okay. I also have a collection, and I'm trying to expand it.
Oh, you
Do you have
should check a bookworm if you were looking for books to buy.
Okay, thank
Oh.
you.
do you have knowledge on all the books here? Have you read all of these? I wouldn't assume so, but I wouldn't put anything past you.
I've skimmed through at least each of them.
Tell
Are
me,
there?
did Merkel have a favorite food?
Uh,
What is your
Oh,
obsession?
it
She's
was.
hungry right now.
I don't remember. I do remember reading it. It was some kind of delicacy of Orgara.
Oh,
oh.
thank you. That was enlightening for however short it was.
May have been
Your
lost
knowledge
to
is
time, to be
truly great to
honest.
me.
Is there like a specific section where like we could read up on gods like Merkel and stuff?
Oh yes, you'll just check the religion aisles back there. You'll have everything you need to know.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any books on Old Hydra?
Hi. One second.
That was a big old handful of dice.
Or are you trying to be secret? Where's Old Hydra?
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I can't think of any books that make reference to this old Hydra.
Hmm. You know, we should still look, Kara, because Old Hydra has a lot of different names. So there's
she
like a
already began
wonder.
to walk over to the section.
Oh, Kara, wait, no!
Um, I was wondering, do you have any books on the history of Drow?
I have a couple of Drow history books. They don't cover the entire history, but you can scan some of the books and learn a couple things.
Um, would you personally know any information as to like where I could find more than what's available here?
Well, if you want the ultimate Drow history, the best place to go for it, would be the city of Drow. Are you not? You're not from there.
No, I don't know where I'm from.
Oh well. Just to the not just to the east. It's a couple of days' journey, but the city of Alderwyn, or the Dark Elves refer to it as the city of Eternal Night. That will be the place where any information you could need would be there.
No, people
Thank you
like you.
so much.
Well, perhaps we found our honeymoon venue.
The place that's eternally shrouded in darkness.
That's
I'm fucking dead.
It's quite beautiful, really. I do love it there. There's sparkling lights in the sky.
Oh, sparkling lights. Plus, if anyone can brighten a place up, it's myself.
What's so wrong with the dark? She's sitting in this dimly lit library.
Mm.
A candle goes out next to her. Oh,
I, I relight it.
thank.
How long have you been working here?
Weren't you going with Kara to look at books?
Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
I was gonna ask if anyone else
I guess I
needed
was alluding.
help finding a book before we do investigation checks.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh,
Via's gonna wander over.
Finding a book.
Andraste,
Like a
I'm
specific
stupid at
book.
this.
Well,
Do
do
you
you
have
have like
any
a
grimoires here? They wouldn't be here. They would be at the other place, I think, the bookworm.
probably?
Bookworm, I believe, does have a couple. You could also check Magics and Miscellaneous. They occasionally have one.
All right. Well, where's the self-help section? I'm just gonna browse while they're looking for what they need.
Oh,
Self-help.
it's over in that aisle, and she points on the opposite side of the religion aisle. She also takes one of the books off the desk. She says, "Actually, I was in the middle of reading this. You could, it could be helpful to you."
Um, I have a personal question for you.
Oh,
Are you happy here? Like everything has been okay for you here?
oh, it's amazing here in Ashenalor. I haven't had any issues. I mean, I grew up here. I might not look it, but I am almost about to hit my 400th birthday.
From
Oh
across
my
the room,
god.
you
Entering,
I
hear,
say,
entering
God
prime.
damn.
darling, you don't look a day over 100.
Thank you, Clara.
I love
Two.
her.
Well, if you are ever in need of a change of scenery, um, I would love to hire you to care for the library that I've started to grow.
And your name?
Oh, I'm so sorry. So rude of me. I am
I'm glad to
Andraste.
invite. Nice to meet you.
I'm Andraste Anastasia.
You can call me Madame Musilda.
Madame
Ooh.
Musilda?
Yes. It's
That's
lovely to meet you, Andraste. I will let you know. It would be a hard move with all these books here, but
She wants to take all the books.
feel free to visit
I could
anytime you're in town as well.
absolutely help you move the books as I just
Well,
had.
let's see if the taxing here gets any worse, and then I'll decide.
Okay. Wait, let's go to the nobles.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just kidding.
My god.
And Coret and Zoot, y'all are looking for.
There's two things Kara is specifically looking for. She was looking up about gods like El Hydra, but she also was in search of just gods in general, like formal gods, and like the passing of power, maybe like a reincarnation type thing. Like she's kind of a little more in depth about trying to figure us out after like Andraste was talking about the whole thing, that now he's seeing flashes of a god of the original god of magic.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I'm gonna slap myself with
And
guidance.
you can have an advantage with Suit helping.
Zoot,
yeah.
Zoot, look with me.
Look at
Look with
me.
me.
Look
Okay,
at me.
hold on. That 15's not bad. Okay, cool. And then I have a
Key point.
D4. No, I'm not
What
using
point?
it. I'm not using a key point because I got a. Oh, so that's a 19.
19. Okay,
Kara's on it
so
today.
you do find a book that mentions not the name All Hydra specifically, but it appears to talk about a group of gods which kind of see over the sea and the ocean and creatures of the sea. And you, based on some of the descriptions, it kind of sounds, um, if it's not talking about all Hydra, it is at least talking about gods related to her. It's kind of hard to tell as you're reading. And oddly
Like
enough, there are just
Okay, go ahead.
pieces of this book that are missing. Like as you're looking through, there's pages that are just ripped out, and you like are reading one line and then it just skips to the next, and they don't match up. It doesn't make sense.
God's sakes. I mean, it doesn't even
See
mean
if we
like
can sympathize.
when it says it mentions like other gods, like any of the other ones that she has mentioned, are they on there like Dagon?
It actually doesn't really mention any of their specific
Okay.
names. You see a lot of titles. You see the Prince of Depths. Let's see, Prince of the Darkened Depths. Father at one point.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god,
That's him.
that is Dagon.
So, but there's not a lot of information I can get out of this because the pages are ripped.
I mean, you can still get some things here and there, or is there anything specific you're looking in the book
Um,
for?
I guess like their beliefs, their wishes for the world, just kind of like things that they are invested in believing in and they want.
Things they dislike.
Yeah,
They
so
dislike.
one second, let me
Like
take
tacos, soft shells.
Oh, if it's not important.
Well, if I'm trying to surprise them with food, I want to give them something to dislike.
I'm dead, John. Agatha did it.
I'm reading over some of their.
Yeah, like what if
Where
what
i-
is is
Wait a minute.
Agatha a step ahead of me, even though I've
Have we
never
ever
mentioned wanting to do it?
have we ever even met her child?
Have
Have
we?
you ever
Well,
met one?
No.
Agatha's child?
no, she told us that
No,
her child died.
I think her
Oh,
child's
that's
dead.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember.
Um.
Damn.
So, first reading about these kind of parts of the book that are about this prince of the depths, this father character. Um, you do see a picture on one of them of a kind of mixture of an octopus and a fish with these kind of like, it almost looks like countless tentacles, black tentacles that are kind of writhing around this. Um, it's like a fish head, but not just like a plain fish. It looks like it has a very large open mouth with sharp fangs and red eyes.
So an
Um,
octopus fucked a fish. Got it.
it says it discusses about the prince spending a lot of time in different planes, in different places as he's gotten pushed around. Um, it says there are multiple cults that are kind of doing the bidding of these gods, because the gods are blocked. They were many years, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, they were sealed. And so most of the work that they're doing on the material plane currently is the cults that are doing it. There is it does mention the cult of Dagon at one point, so you'd think
Okay.
you're kind of, okay, this is definitely talking about Dagon. And then it also mentions the cult of the crushing wave in relation to Dagon, but it doesn't say that the cult of crushing wave specifically worships Dagon.
Mm.
Most of Dagon's worshippers, it says it's a lot of aquatic demons, also any aquatic races like sea hags, krakens, water nagas, kuotoa. They're all, as creatures themselves of the water, they're all following Dagon. The kind of main thing that people have seen in all of the, as far as their ambitions go, some of the cult worship texts discuss things like freeing them through the breaking of their chains and bringing them, or basically creating a home for them in the material plane, so they can come here and rule over it.
Hmm. Was there
So
any
does it mean
mention
they're
as to
evil
like?
warrior?
Was there any mention as to like why they were sealed in the first place?
It does kind of say something about when they used to run free and many of the issues that the mortals of the material plane had with any kind of seafare, and even living to the coast in some areas was a bad idea. But unfortunately, any specific action appears to be on a page that was ripped from the
Yep.
book.
Okay. All right. So, but I mean, it gives me a better idea as to the mindset of that.
Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not with you guys.
No, you're not with us, you stupid fuck.
Um,
I'm the stupid fuck. Who walked off?
as
Yeah.
far
Well,
as the kind of gods that have died and the power passing through them,
Mhm.
um, you do find a book that talks about the title is The Life and Death of Deities. Um, and it mentions a couple, through a brief skim, it mentions a couple of deities that quote unquote died, and their title was kind of passed to someone else. Merkel is mentioned as
Yep.
someone who is a dead god, even though he's not necessarily dead, which a lot of the book does also talk about the fact that gods are never truly dead unless they want to be. Um, and it does mention a couple of other gods, such as
Well, I
there was
know.
an old dragon god that died. There was a demigod of magic that was found dead a couple of centuries ago.
I think the only name that Kara remembers out of the ones who spoke to gods would be Itar, which was Nell's original god of fire. Was that mentioned in
Yes.
there?
You
Okay.
see no mention of the word Itar or Atuna.
Oh.
Not a single mention.
So
What the fuck?
then where the fuck are they?
It does talk about the power of, or the power passing between gods. The most often route is through a kind of usurping of somebody else killing that god and then kind of taking the power from them.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes gods, when they're done, they will pass it on to their champions to take the reins. There have been many mortals that have been gifted godlyhood by other gods.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different kind of routes that it can go.
Okay. That one was not as helpful. That just left me more confused. But I mean, that's gonna be hard to find anyways. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the book back about the whole gods thing, but I'm gonna take the one about like the depths and water and go back up to I don't think I heard her name. I was already gone. I'm just gonna call her
Yeah.
creepy librarian. So um excuse me, I don't know if you knew this, but like and I'll flip to the page. I'm like, there's pages ripped from this book. Do you know if somebody recently used this book or
Yeah. No, let me see that. And she
pass it
takes
over?
the book from you. She's inspecting, flipping through, finding all of the spots or pages. And she's, I cannot believe there's a book here. It's damaged.
Just
I know I
ruins
was
one's life.
really upset myself because I was really interested and invested in this.
Yes, I
I,
do remember reading this one now. It's interesting.
Do you remember the spots where the pages were ripped?
Oh,
If she's fucking rolling for this,
I
I will
have a
make her
spell.
roll at advantage.
you're gonna use a luck point as she
I'm using.
thinks.
Yeah, as she's thinking, I'm using a luck point and just praying, please,
I'm
woman, know
fucking
something.
screaming.
I here. She kind of she's pointing to the first kind of page that you showed her, the one that was kind of closer earlier in the book that was missing the information that you would have liked. I believe it was some kind of story of a group of mortals who had petitioned the gods for help, and went out onto the sea to rid themselves of some of these primordial gods, and they used what the god had gifted them to chain them away.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm just writing shit down now.
Just writing random shit down.
Did the book ever mention as to like why they chained him up?
Oh, they were being quite difficult. It turns to the next page, it says there. They were causing a lot of problems for anyone that wanted to travel across the sea, anybody that was even close to the water.
So they were like kind of controlling it in a way.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Would you be okay if I casted a spell on this book?
Adjuster, when did you get here?
What
She
spell are
wants
you
back
planning
to
to
where we were.
cast?
Um, I don't think I actually would need the book. It's a spell called Legend Lore.
Oh, yes, I am familiar, yes. Um, Well, have you used these spell before?
I haven't, but I came prepared, knowing that I'd be at a library today, or knowing that there'd be around a lot of items, magical power today.
He's very smart. He'd be very careful with the book. I know him.
Well, I mean, really, you just need to pick. It's a person, place, or object. So you can look at the book, or you can choose one of the many targets or the subjects of the book.
Okay,
What about that creepy medallion thing that popped up out of nowhere that Zoot's wearing now?
Excuse me, this was a gift.
Uh-huh.
It was a gift.
a gift from who?
I think one of the followers of El Hydra.
Zoot, a gift from who?
I mean,
Uh,
I kind of had this really weird dream, and when I woke up from it, this just appeared in front of me. So it
Oh,
was a
well,
gift.
that happens to me all the time. Do you know what it does?
She said that she gave some type of offering to it.
Shush, shush.
And I
I feel
watched
more
her
protected
walk.
when I wear it. I know what it does.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
if
send a message to Nell and say, is this what I think it is?
I think so. I think you'll get your information from that.
Andraste stands up and thanks the madam for her time and just walks out to wait outside.
Oh.
uh, I'm so confused.
Why
Goodbye,
was he?
Andraste.
Why
I'll
was
see
he
you
so
next
confused
time.
about my amulet?
No, it's the trauma that he went through. I can't tell you. You don't know. You can ask me, but he
Well,
walked
I was kind of like
out.
asking the group around me if they knew anything.
It's not here. Later.
Well, it
Okay.
was really great. I need to come back. I saw you have a how to skin a rat back there. I need to check that one out.
Oh,
The
it's
importance.
it's best with the series if you also take How to Skin a Cat and Dog.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
hear a little crying squeak from inside Kara's bag. Just a
Oh, calm down. You're a mouse. I said rat.
As
it,
you all leave, she says, "Well, have a good day, and don't worry about me. We all have secrets." And then she goes to hug Cloud.
Aw,
Goodbye.
that was cute though.
Are they
Do see,
secretly dating?
do see me again, child,
Oh
Cloud.
yes, I will be back soon.
I thought you said vaxxed.
After we walk after we walk out, I look at Cloud. I'm like, creepy, but she's nice.
Like me, right?
Of course, you make the greatest of friends. But no, she was cool. Not to judge a book by
Yes,
its cover. Get it?
she's very sweet
Uh,
That did not go unnoticed, Kara. Well done. Bless you.
Thank you. I thought I'd try. It was cheesy. It was like one of those stupid mom jokes.
Yeah, she's very sweet and she knows her stuff.
Well, did you all find everything you needed?
I found some very interesting information, so yeah, I think so.
I believe so. I wanted to go and visit the Drow City, not anytime soon, but at some point to see if I
Oh,
can find out some more about my heritage.
yeah. I mean,
Put it on
that'd
the
be cool.
list.
Put it on the list.
Put it at the
Like,
bottom.
I would like it. Frogs normally do like the darkness, so I feel like it would be rather musty there, just like a swamp.
oh,
Swamp.
Well, should we go to the shops?
I mean, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
sounds
unless
nice. I have
Andraste,
gold
you
burning a
didn't.
hole in my pocket.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
So, you're closest to the Gridistry district right now. To get over to the RC, and if you want to pass through that way.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll take the scenic route.
This
So,
entire walk, you just see little mouse eyes glaring at Nell after the book that he read.
I didn't read it. I said I wanted to come back and read it.
As Cloud guides you down the path towards this large wall that you can see, you're also noticing as basically at every intersection that this path meets, there is a sign with arrows that points to one side to the Gracie district in the direction you're walking, and one to the Fawin district, and then one to the CLC district on the other side of Parvati. But here, there's a kind of building built into the wall around this district. And Cloud, you know that the pass-through is there in that building.
Yes. This way.
There's many guards on the outside of the building. They watch. A couple of them nod at you as you walk past and into the building. You see a just kind of tunnel, kind of walkway with multiple torches along the wall, and 2 guards on each side of the doors. With multiple, there's like 3 different gates that are being held open. You can see the top of them as they're held up. And that is the walkway between districts. As you head through to the other side, you open the door, and on the side there are just handfuls of buildings all around. There are very rarely there's anything over 2 stories. It looks like a lot of little houses and kind of you're on a bit of a staircase above the actual ground, so you can kind of see over the houses. You can see the 2-story buildings here and there, and one particularly large building against one of the other walls.
What's that big ass building over there, Cloud?
Cloud can tell you that building is that is the kind of outer barracks of the city. There's 2 different barracks. One is in this district and one is in the Fawin district. So most of the guards stay there. There's also some small jailing, but the main prison is inside the Fawin district.
I wonder if they allow magic in the city.
That would have been a good question to ask somebody.
Is there a guard that we can see nearby?
Yes, there are some guards standing at the door behind you.
I'll walk over.
Okay, you got it. Go ahead.
Like, hi, how do you guys fare with magic users in the city?
Well, many do call the city itself the city of magic. For the guard's sake, open and boisterous magic in the street will be punished, but if you are doing your basic, utility magic, watering your plants or anything, you're fine.
Watering plants.
Well, I imagine Polymorph would be okay, because it's not like...
So, what I heard from that is keep it at cantrips.
That's what I was getting.
Just something like big and... Nothing big and flashy is basically what he was saying.
Oh, okay.
No
So-
Eldritch
Theo puts
blasting
himself
people.
away.
VO do nothing.
Oh, well, okay.
Anything you do is big and
I
flashy.
was going to say a few little butterflies, a few little songs here and there. Never hurt anyone.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Everybody's definition of big and flashy is different.
Exactly. I believe the word most people would use to describe me would be low key. It's I'm really not going to be causing a scene or anything.
Honey, I thought you always sang on key.
Ah, yes, but yes.
Good one, Andraste. Good job.
All right. Well,
And on that note, what? No.
I mean, it has been like a hot minute since you've sung something.
Okay, let's shop for a song later.
yeah.
Y'all are having this conversation as y'all are walking through the British district. I need to change the name on that because that is so hard to say. Um, you're kind of walking through. It's mostly just houses, but you are seeing a lot of guards here, and a lot of the elves that are walking around are just in kind of common clothes. Um, you do see kind of one building that kind of stands out amongst the others, which has a hanging wooden sign that says "The Leaping Lass" on it. You can hear some commotion and laughter coming from inside.
Oh, it seems to be
is
like a
this tavern?
tavern.
Yes, it does look like a tavern.
All right. Well, you know I
No,
have to go in here.
Uh,
I wouldn't doubt it for a second now. Do you want to finish our shopping and come back and have?
Fine.
I'll buy the first round. I'll pat him on the back and we'll keep going.
You keep walking to the other wall, finding another one of these small buildings. You already know the routine. You all walk through, and on the other side, you are greeted by another district, which is kind of like a large park. There's many trees just greeting you as you get to the other side, but
Hello, trees.
it's very easy to see a couple of very large buildings sticking out over the trees, kind of in the middle of this district.
Hmm. Is it like they're trying to use the trees as cover, or it's just that it's that grown?
It's all very well manicured. I'll say it's
Intentional.
make a intelligence check.
Can I give myself guidance?
Sure.
All right. Oh, that's not terrible. Okay. Okay. Just straight flat intelligence.
Yeah.
17 total.
Um, what you've learned in your bounty hunter travels and hearing about the different groups of Cortumo, um, the elves have a very strong connection to nature, and you think that the amount of plant life that they have in their city is a gesture of that appreciation of nature.
Okay. Sort of like almost like a Native American vibe, like live amongst nature.
Yeah, kind of. Like even in this city, which is all very, even the slums, like I said, which is all like the cheapest housing that y'all just walked through, was all pretty nice. Definitely wasn't like the slums of the of Tustale where it was just like little shacks outside of the city. These are all different houses, at least. But yeah.
All right.
So as y'all continue to the center of this district to get over to the Arcient, where you know all of these shops and banks to be, um, you happen upon very easily as it's on the path. To the left of you, I turned my headphones on accidentally. Like as you're walking to the left of you, there's a very large fountain, which has these snakes of water kind of jumping from various places back into the pool. Um, in the center, you see three large statues of different humanoid shapes. And behind each of the statues, um, there is a large cathedral-like building. Um, there's one made of white granite with these gold accents, and along the cathedral, there's kind of like elven angelic sculptures holding instruments and weapons. Um, and then there's these large golden double doors and a symbol of a starburst, kind of done in stained glass above the door. Um, Behind another one of the statues, there's a black granite building with more silver accents, a large silver double door. The sculptures on this one depict women and men all wearing these silver gowns, similar to the statue, and holding bows or laying in kind of relaxed positions along the roof. And then the last building, farthest from you, um, is more styled like an agora, like the Greek style buildings. There's just a lot of stone pillars around the edge with a large roof over the top. Um, and that just all appears to be made of normal gray stone. Um, and you can, there's a lot of people walking on this path and to the various buildings. As you're walking kind of across, looking up at them all, you can hear a lot of noise, at least coming from the Agora style building. And I'll spell that there if y'all want to Google that and look up what that looks like, if y'all don't know.
I played so much Odyssey.
Yeah, you've got it. Is there anything y'all want to do before moving on in this one, or do you want to investigate?
Well, Cloud, do you know anything about what is this?
Cloud, you can make a history check with advantage, or no, make a religion check with advantage.
You're the one that's been here.
The religious district.
Right. Well,
Once you learn about one god, it's all like riding a bike. You just learn about all of them so easily.
oh, 19.
Very good. So Cloud
23.
Cloud can even point out to you this district. This is the religious district. He can point out the 3 statues that you see in the fountain. There's There's the first one, resembling a elf man with straight pulled back golden hair and golden armor and set with this colored glass like gems. And he holds out in front of him a sword that appears to be made with crystal. And even kind of in the sunlight, you can see like the sword is sparkling with light. The middle statue in front of the black granite building shows a beautiful woman with very long, down to like her belly button, or where you think her button would be, kind of silver hair, and a silver dress that has water droplets continuously dripping on the ends of the dress. And the last, I forgot to say the names. The first guy is the god Corellon. The middle one, the woman, is Sehanine. Wrote down the full name. Moonbow. And the last one is Libellus Enorith. And Libellus Enorith looks a bit more plain than the other two. He's just wearing kind of scholarly robes, short cropped hair, with a crown of leaves on his head. He's holding a kind of book-like tablet with a little pin. And he has one silver eye, and there's one, the other eye has a black eye patch over it. And behind the woman, the church has the symbol of the moon kind of coming over the horizon. And the last one, what was his symbol? Because I didn't write it down. But so first, Corellon is kind of like the god of the sun elves. It's all about light, and he's also a god of the arts, warfare, magic, like your main elven guy for all the good people. Sehanine, Moonbow, is the god of the moon elves. And Libellus Enorith was known as the Lord of the Continuum, and kind of was a god over the orderly passage of time, kind of guarded against stuff that would alter the path of history. And then Sehanine, um, she was the elven goddess of death, dreams, heavens, journeys, the moon, stars. Yes. Any other more specific questions about these gods?
And which direction did you say it was more like lively? In which one of these gods' directions?
That was the that is the open building that had the brick pillars. Libellus, his temple. You also know him. Cloud explains that he is more of a god of, or he's a big god of philosophy, and kind of philosophy kind of started with him. So any times that Cloud would walk through this district, there would always be noise coming from that temple because there's people just constantly talking about things and history and time and everything.
So what you're telling me is that's probably not a fight or anything interesting. That's just a bunch of
Of
people
debating.
Just a bunch of elves arguing and debating, yeah.
I need to go.
Well,
Uh,
are you being serious right now?
the
All
silence
the
is
buildings are
deafening.
open.
Yes.
Silence is deafening.
As you see various elves and other people, the occasional human or gnome, walking into these buildings. You know, they are open to the public if you would want to go watch at this temple.
Um, Perhaps after shopping. I'm highly invested in what we can purchase. I would like to come back though. I'm very interested.
Okay,
Well,
well, you go debate. I'm going to go drink.
That's what I figured we could do.
Yeah,
so
not interested in that, sorry.
you continue on through one of the smallest districts. It's pretty easy to get through it, much easier than the other two. And you find yourself in the Arcient district.
Mhm.
Um, there's, I mean, Cloud will explain. This district is the home kind of all the banks in the city, all of the businesses, the middle class housing would all be here. So this area is pretty nice. Or no, actually, sorry. This district is the highest level, the most expensive housing. So just as you walk in, there is just an air of lavishness and luxury just
Snooty.
hitting you. Um,
It smells too good over here.
yeah. There's just
This place is
sculptures
for
randomly
VO.
placed, lots of guards walking around, art, just random places, wall art, wall painting, just everywhere. Um, and then this one, there is some of those parks, but it's not like the Aner and the Parvati district, which was like mostly plant life. There's just like an occasional small park breaking up all of the city here. Um, well, you know, there's Magic Some Miscellaneous and Bookworm somewhere out here.
Hmm.
Yes and yes.
I
I'm
think there's this.
also, I also just want to keep my eye out since we're in the shopping district, I guess, like just for other names of shops that might seem
Oh
interesting.
no, there's definitely a shop I think that you would enjoy here.
Hmm?
Hmm. Why? Why do you say that?
What the name of it? It's on the tip of my tongue.
The Jester Staff, you remember?
Oh
The,
shit.
the
Also,
Jester's what?
Staff.
The Jester's Staff is what it's
Oh
called.
god.
um, Hunter,
Um,
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it's a little bit of a joke shop.
Oh god. Just what this man
I
needs.
think you would be interested.
Awful.
Yeah, I might go there after wherever we're going.
And what were you
Um,
saying?
I This morning I wanted to cast it earlier, but I can cast it now too. I wanted to cast Intellect Fortress,
Okay.
and I wanted to use 2 divinity points to extend it to a full 24 hours.
Okay.
Oh. What does that do? What are you doing?
I think he has
Nobody can use
advantage.
scrying on me.
Oh,
Oh.
Wait,
What if somebody
no.
already has?
I have advantage on intelligence checks. Let me hold on.
And wisdom checks, which scrying is a wisdom check that you would have to make. So you'll have advantage if that happens. Um, Cloud, you're kind of sitting there trying to think of what some of the like most popular shops here were the ones you could remember. You do remember the Jester Staff, obviously Magic's and Miscellaneous, Bookworm, you've been there before. But as you're walking along thinking, you and maybe a couple of others that have high passive perception notice a board, very beautifully designed, with a couple of different shop names
Oh.
and their addresses.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's handy.
So you have
I'm in a mall.
It's like a
Yeah.
directory.
Yep. You have Magics
Oh look,
and
we're
Miscellaneous.
here.
You like it. Altheorum's Blade, Pandora's Box, the Jester Staff, Creature Couture, Bookworm, and the Phoenix Feather. And I'll put that list.
All
Yeah.
of these names are so cute.
I love all of this. It makes me
I
want to
like
do
the Nori
everything.
Baja.
Like, oh my god, guys. We're at the mall. Let's go
Long
shopping.
episode.
Okay, so we'll obviously wanted to see Magic and Miscellaneous first. And then now this
The
Jester
address
thing
there,
and the
whatever.
Bookworm.
This is like a
The-
D&D Diagon Alley.
Yes,
The
I
al-
also
I
wanted
love
to
the-
stop in Pandora's box. Oh, good.
If
You put all the
anybody's
ones there.
looking
Okay,
for a
perfect.
weapon, the Altharium's Blade like a good place.
Yeah, we'll see weapons, we don't weapons. I have fists and y'all have magic, so
Maybe
I've got
Creature
my
Couture
weapon
would
now.
have some armor and stuff for us.
see that again, armor for y'all.
Bracers
I
would
am
also
the
be-
armor.
Okay, sorry. Kara doesn't need anything, so she's not going to be going to any shops.
Okay, you'll based on the addresses and Cloud's navigation skills, you think the closest one to get to would be Pandora's Box.
Okay.
I
I'm
wonder
curious
what
to
that
know
place
what the
is.
Phoenix Feather is anyways.
I've
Alright,
been to a
let's-
place that was named similar to this, and I don't think a lot of y'all will want to go there.
Pandora's
sexual-
box.
Is there a sex club?
Oh.
Let's go.
Well, that was the brothel in the
Mio, you
halfling
must have a
country.
lot of experience with those.
was the brothel in the halfling country.
Yeah, they come out of boxes. That's why it's known for that.
Would I know what Pandora's box is? Can I like?
You just take them
Um,
to your room with you.
Yeah, so you
yeah.
know it is a shop of a handful of miscellaneous random shit that people drop off here. It is quite the box of things, and it is owned by an elven woman named Pandora.
Oh,
I'm gonna go there.
let's just
Just like
look at
Goodwill.
random shit. It's Goodwill.
I mean, sometimes there's some good shit.
Sometimes there's gold within trash.
True.
I mean, that's how we found you, Carl.
Literally how I lived my life on my own. Okay, moving forward.
So you eventually do come to
Oh shit.
a nice shop. The windows are open, although there appears to be things right behind the windows that are blocking them. There is a nice wooden door and an array of plants planted out front. Nice flowers.
Oh, pretty. We going?
Lovely.
Yeah, let's go inside.
As you go in, this is a fantasy thrift shop. It is filled with shit, and you can't tell what looks good and what
Okay.
isn't, like what is valuable and what's not. It's like there's this table, and they're selling the table, but then they're also selling all these shoes under the table, and then all the stuff that they put on top of the table. Everything. Basically
God,
is
it's like a
wholesale.
yard sale.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's terrible.
Kind
I
of.
want to like get next to Andraste and kind of nudge him and be like, is any of this stuff magic?
Oh my
you-
god, everybody please see the picture I sent in the Discord.
Andraste.
Oh my gosh.
Do you sense
Andraste,
any magic?
is there any magic?
I'll detect magic.
Fucking-
I mean, it'll
that.
just tell me like a grand thing if it's even worth looking in the whole like.
You do see occasional magical auras popping up here and there around it on various things, but
Like,
it's
literally.
not. There's not many like strong auras popping out to you. It's just kind of like random little
Right.
flits here and there.
Is there any magical blankets?
Would have to dig around and look for a bit, but I'm sure I can find a few things. Nothing like
through the walls of items, you hear, "Hello? Is somebody at my shop?"
God?
Uh,
Is that you?
Hello.
hello, are you
Hello.
Pandora?
Which god?
A particularly short elven woman. She's kind of like a short bob of mousy and a brown hair. Big circle glasses. And they're kind of like magnified, so her eyes look like pretty huge in the lens. And she's just wearing like kind of nice clothes underneath a apron. Looks like she has a couple dust spots on her. Oh, hello. Welcome.
Hello,
Hello.
Pandora.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, hello.
A fucking raid.
Is that Elvin?
Yes. We said she was elven, so then.
Oh God.
Well, welcome to the shop. As you can see, everything has the price tags on it, so just let me know if you want to buy anything.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
awesome. Thank you so much.
is there any sort of
Yes.
like organization to this place, or you just kind of like find it?
Oh yeah, whenever they just bring stuff in, I just kind of put it wherever it fits.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
dive
Right.
into a pile. I'm just gonna like hands together like I'm gonna dive off of a diving board and just.
Fucking
Right.
mad.
I would.
Well, first of all, darling, 私の名前はヴィオです。よろしくお願いします。
What the fuck?
Has anything particularly interesting come in? I'm sure you're quite a knowledgeable lady. Did anything really strike you as it came in?
Well, this is pretty cool. She just holds up this kind of glass sphere. You see there's a string tied around it with a little price tag hanging. So, hold it, and you have to beg it to show you someone.
Oh. Can I take it for a test?
Please show me Agatha.
Yeah, you can just try it real quick.
Kara pops her head out of the piles of what she's assuming is trash. She's like, "Oh, that sounds cool.
Okay.
like to
Try it, see if it works."
Trying to see Agatha.
Agatha. All right.
You have to beg it. You have to beg it.
Oh. Oh, mysterious sphere. Wait a minute. Let me get my.
Oh, theme song
like,
time.
gets out his orchestral one. It's like, I think we need some. I need to set the scene. He just like starts playing some like mystical music. He's like, "Oh, mysterious sphere, show me our dear friend Agatha."
Do you all see everybody that's still standing